Coming up tonight on Primetime Local News. The concerned citizens of Lloydminster discuss the current state of healthcare. And the Lloyd School Divisions partner up with the city for financial gain. Plus our weekly edition of Pet Project.
Primetime Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
The Lloydminster concerned citizens held their weekly meeting today, with the main topic of discussion being the letters they received in response to their request for an upgrade to the Jubilee home. The concerned citizens sent their brochure to the Saskatchewan Health Authority outlining the various upgrades needed for the facility, including long-term beds and relief spaces for caregivers. The replies are a step forward in the process of upgrading the Jubilee.
It looks like we are getting, if you wish, some traction and some attention on this project, trying to put, some pressure on the Saskatchewan government to get them basically to step up and do their share as far as providing long-term care beds or spaces here in Lloydminster.
The current Jubilee home is suitable for living, but it's lacking many standard additional features due to its age. The concerned citizens hope upgrades will bring these features to the facility.
It is clean and looks in good repair, but it is dated. Some of the things like having lifts available in the room, built right into the ceiling and things like that are not there because that was not a concern, X number of years ago when they built that Jubilee facility. So it is important to get it upgraded.
The concerned citizens say they will continue to pressure the provincial government until their upgrade proposal for the Jubilee home becomes a reality. The directors of education for both school divisions were at the last City Council meeting, updating the new group of councillors on the Seamless Levy partnership. Originally brought forward in 2012, the partnership is designed to help support both school divisions financially, given the difficulties in getting money from either provincial governments.
The proposal was brought forward by the two schools because they were finding that they were underfunded from the provincial governments due to our uniqueness of a bi-provincial. And the perfect example is driver training. Anyone that has attended either of the high schools have had the opportunity for driver training. There was never an ask, do you live in Saskatchewan, because it's a requirement and part of the curriculum, or do you live in Alberta, where it isn't part of the curriculum.
While no direct changes have been made to the Seamless Levy, the school divisions wanted to have this new council group up to date on the issues they're currently dealing with.
With a new council in place from that perspective and how that seamless levy is used by the schools, and for future discussions, because it does have a renewal agreement and we're coming up to that. So I think it's important that the school divisions felt it was important that City Council understood exactly where that money's going and what it's used for and the challenges they're facing.
Lloydminster has no intentions of ending the partnership with the school divisions. Now let's take a look at your agriculture prices for today. Both of the Lakeland Rustlers volleyball teams have finished their regular seasons this past weekend and will both be heading to the ACAC Championships. With more, here's our Thomas Wildman.
The women's team finished out the regular season strong, defeating the Natives first at home in 3 straight sets, and then on the road 3-1. They go into the championships as the top seed in the North, going a perfect 19-0 on the season. The ACAC Women's Volleyball Championship will be on February 20th to 22nd, hosted by the U of A Augustana Vikings. The men also took on the Ooks to finish out their season. They won the first game at home 3-1, securing the second spot in the ACAC North, and then lost the final game of the season at Nate in a 3-set sweep. The men finished the season 14-5 and look forward to the championships, as they will be hosting the ACAC Championships also from February 20th to 22nd for the first time in program history.
The work's done now, like a little bit of upkeep and some things to work on for Olds for Thursday. But again, I've loved, the second semester, the work ethic, our training the last 6 weeks has been tremendous. I think we're in a really good spot. Being at home is huge for us. We're super comfortable here. So yeah, we're really excited to get going here for conference championships.
The Rustlers men's volleyball team's first game of the championships will be against the Olds College Broncos in the Lakeland Gym at 6 p.m. on February 20th. Thomas Wildman, Primetime, Local News.
Abby St. John is back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our weekly edition of Pet Project.
I'm back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our weekly edition of Pet Project. And today, if you are a regular at the shelter, whether volunteering or just know the shelter very well, then you will recognize this sweet, sweet boy, Summit. He has been with on Pet Project with us before, and he is back again. He is such a sweetheart.
He is.
And he has basically been here his entire life. He's very vocal. He wants to tell us hello.
Good boy.
But he's been here for practically his whole life.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about his story and what his best fit would be. And I understand there are some medical things that that people should be aware of if they're thinking about adopting him.
Yes, so Summit came to us, he was approximately 5 months old, so still a puppy. So yeah, he's essentially spent his entire life here. Mm-hmm. We got him in October of 2023. He is a high energy boy. Definitely, he loves to play. He's very, very active, very hyper, but in like the best ways. He's so sweet. He gets along with pretty much almost every other dog. Not a fan of cats, so I would not recommend him in a house with cats. He'd be better off doing a meet and greet with a household that already had a dog or older children because of the high energy, and he is quite jumpy.
Yes.
He could knock a little kid over. So either an adult-only home or a home with older kids would definitely be an ideal fit for him. He is such a good boy.
He really is. He truly is. And more of an active family or owners, I would say, just because, he'd do great on runs or, take him to the dog park and stuff. And he's just so full of energy and he is sweet. Gotta watch out for his tail, however, because it's a bit of a weapon when he gets super excited when he's whipping it around. But he is so handsome. Now, talk a little bit on his medical issues and what potential owners could have to face.
So Summit might possibly have something called masticatory mitosis, and it's an autoimmune disease that affects the muscles in the jaw used for chewing, and that could become a problem later on down the road. He's not showing any major signs of it, but it's something we do want to keep an eye out for. So just bear in mind, if you did adopt this handsome gentleman, he might require medical attention in the future. And that being said, a really good thing to keep in mind when you are adopting shelter animals is we don't fully know their stories, but a lot of them do come to us in pretty bad shape. There are instances of abuse, neglect, things like that, and it can take a little while for them to become accustomed to a new environment, especially someone like Summit, who has been here for his entire life, to be moved into a home. Just take into account the time and the patience that is required for these guys, because it's absolutely heartbreaking when they do get adopted and then end up being returned because they're just not fitting in, but they just need more time. So really, really weigh your pros and cons when you adopt shelter animals, because these sweet babies have so much love to give, but they've had hard lives.
Yes.
And they really need that love, attention, and that patience. So it's really important that you're positive.
Yes, absolutely. I do remember my shelter dog growing up. It took her a while to adjust and even getting used to stairs and everything. So you definitely have to be patient with shelter animals for sure, and give it a couple months.
Yeah.
You even mentioned at one point when the
3-3-3.
3-3-3 rule. So that's something very important to remember when you are adopting a shelter animal. Now, going off of some events that are coming up, we have this steak night.
Right away.
That's very exciting. It is coming up on the 20th, I believe.
Yes.
Tell us, for those who may not have known or want more details, what can you tell us about this event?
So our steak night is going to be held at Cheers, and this event will go all day from however long Cheers is open, from open to close. You get an 8-ounce steak, your choice is side, and a highball or a beer for $40. Tickets are available. He's excited for steak too. Tickets are available here at the shelter, at Cheers, and also at Value Buds. So you still got some time. It's coming up right away, and it's a good fundraiser. We also have a 50-50 and a silent auction that'll be going on at the same time. Pretty excited
Very
about that.
exciting. And now there's an event that is not happening until the fall, but it is going to be a pretty big one, so you want to kind of get ahead of it now. And so tell me about this Renaissance Fair that you are planning. It's super exciting, very a fun, great idea for the fall especially. So tell us what you know already or what you can share, and then if you wanted to ask for any vendors.
Yeah, so our event coordinator, Chelsea, she made an absolutely just amazing proposal for our Renaissance Fair. And some of the things we're hoping to do are to have a little craft tent so kids can make their own like flower crowns and things. Pool noodle jousting, things like that. We're hoping to have beer gardens, but it's entirely based off the volunteers and the donations and stuff that we can get. We have pretty broad spectrum of ideas for this, and I'm pretty excited about it. We're hoping that we can have some vendors set up, so if you're interested in setting up a table, I believe there will be a little bit of a rental fee for the space, but again, that comes all back to the shelter.
Yes, absolutely. And now, same question I ask every week, the donations that you're in need of. We're gonna start off, there is one or a couple that are really important, as you just got in some kittens that are unfortunately not with their mom. So let's talk a little bit about the donation items you need specifically for the kittens.
So for kittens, we are going to need dry and wet kitten food and also milk replacer. The kittens that we get in sometimes aren't with their mamas and they're too young for that. So anything like that would be greatly appreciated. Our Canadian Naturals lamb and brown rice and the salmon sweet potato for dogs. We're also looking for chicken-free cat food. We do have a couple kitties here who are allergic to chicken, so chicken-free would be greatly appreciated. Also, any donations to our medical fund would be huge, because right, we have medications that they have to be on, and the spays and the neuters, and if there's any complications with that, we do need the help, because we can only do as much as we're able, right? Which sometimes we wish was more.
Exactly.
But we're also looking for things like bleach, floor cleaner, kitchen garbage bags, extra strong, extra large garbage bags, and an industrial mop handle too would be greatly appreciated, because we sweep and mop these floors multiple times a day just to keep down on germs and things like that. And when animals are coming in from we don't know where, it's always better to have everything nice, clean, and sanitized.
Absolutely.
Hi, sweet
Well,
baby.
perfect. Usually those are typical items, especially the cleaning supplies.
Just wants to play.
Something that you'll always need, which is perfect. Now,
Hi, buddy. Yeah.
Summit is definitely the king of his own castle, and I think he would make an absolute great addition and, energetic addition to any household. That is his best fit. So thank you for joining me. And Summit, I hope this is the push that gets him adopted, as he's been here for so long. And he really does deserve that perfect family. So thank you for joining me. And Summit, he was amazing.
He's our longest resident, so help us evict him. Find him a good home. Thank you so much.
It's now time to take a look at your adorable animals in our pet picks of the day.
Send photos of your pet and their name to have them featured on Pet of the Day.
Medieval fairs are planned for North Battleford and Vegreville this summer. Stacey Comer has more on the events and how you can get involved.
There are some unique events coming up in the summertime here in the Midwest area. And this is something I've never been able to attend, but I want to find out more so that I can go and people in this area can also take it in. I'm joined now by Gail Stamp, who is the owner of Medieval Fairs and Artisan Markets in Canada. Gail, first of all, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for the invite. We're happy to be here.
Well, this is something that is such a unique event, and it's something I've always wanted to attend. And now that I know they're happening, the Vermilion or Vegreville one is July 11th to the 13th, and North Battleford is August 8th to 10th. Tell me, for a first timer going to one of these events, what can they expect?
Oh my goodness, you can expect a lot. Actually, we have just to quickly describe our map of the areas is there'll be a marketplace, a Viking village. We haven't quite lined up the Viking village for North Battleford yet, but that is the plan, and it shouldn't be a problem. There's definitely going to be a joust on all 3 days of the shows. There's fighters, lots of stuff, games for the kids. We have a group that comes up. They're the Red Deer Stags, and they have pool noodle jousting for the wee ones, and Fight the Night, where they're given plastic swords and they quite literally get to fight with a guy in shining armor, and sometimes they win, sometimes they don't. So, and lots of good food and entertainment, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, and costumes.
Well, and that's what I was going to get to, Gail. For people attending, is it mandatory that they show up in costume?
It's not mandatory, but it's a lot of fun. And I find when we first launch a show, there's not as many costumes, but after folks realize that, then you betcha, there's lots of just some amazing costumes out there, very intricate. We had a griffin walking around in Strathmore last summer, and he was cooing and chattering, and oh yeah, lots of little kids loved the griffin. He was pretty awesome.
Well, there are there's some opportunities, Gail. I believe it's the North Battleford market. You still have some spaces for some vendors. Is that correct?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We're looking for folks. We have folks coming in from everywhere. Lots coming in from Alberta. We have some locals coming in, and we're coming in from around Saskatchewan now, which is great. We do still have a little bit of space available, and it's definitely open to applications. And but with as far as product goes, it doesn't have to be a medieval item, but it does need to be medieval themed to go with the show. So, like I just talked to a lady today who has dog scrunchies. If she puts some little knights in shining armor on her dog scrunchies, then that is what we would consider a themed product.
Right. Okay. And one thing, when we were talking before this, Gail, you mentioned a feast. A lot of people love medieval feasts. So is there a feast both days, or how does that work?
The feast is actually Saturday night. It'll be from 6:30 till 10, and it's a cash bar and a wonderful feast. There's always a roast pork, a pig. They bring it in on a big platter. And then I think he's doing meat pies to go with that again this year. And then, of course, there's an array of vegetables and potatoes and buns and salads and all that kind of stuff. And throughout the feast, we'll have entertainments from magicians to storytellers. I believe North Battle, again, Vegreville we have an ensemble coming in for some little medieval tunes, and again, working on the contracts to get him in all of the shows. So yeah, it's a night of entertainment and song and dance, lots of dancing. We have a wonderful couple that come in, and they'll have everybody up doing medieval dance up and down the floor, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
It does sound like a lot of fun, and I know often you see these events advertised, but unfortunately we don't have a lot of them around here, but now that's changing for this summer for sure. So now's the chance to get out and enjoy, and even if you don't have a super fancy medieval costume, you can still put on something that would be close. Maybe you've got, combine a few things in your closet and try and look medieval, and and
Yep.
just go to the event. So it's like you said, it's not mandatory, but it's sure a lot of fun when everybody participates. So
Absolutely. Yep.
and I did look at the website, and the website does have a lot of information on it. So can
Mhm.
you give us the address, not only of the website, but where the people can find you on social media, just to find out a little bit more?
Medievalfairscanada.com. So that's fairs plural, medievalfairscanada.com. And I believe our Facebook page as well is Medieval Fairs Canada. So we're there. Our event pages are set up and running. And on our event pages, we put posts on there of all of the market folks that are coming, the vendors, as well as our entertainment, and those boards keep running pretty much all year. But yeah, they're filling up fast, and it's turning out really good. We're finding North Battleford is actually getting some traction, so that's good. That's really good. Vegreville and Strathmore, of course, are established shows, but we're really excited with North Battleford. Saskatchewan is coming through for us, so we're happy.
And you can buy tickets now if you want to buy them in advance.
You bet. You bet. That's on our website as well. Just go to the ticket wicket and everything is there for you. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Gail, thank you so much for joining me today. And once again, so the shows in Vegreville, July 11th to 13th, North Battleford, August 8th to 10th. It's Medieval Fairs and Artisan Markets in Canada, if you want to search it up. We're so excited that you are going not only to Vegreville, but also, like you said, bringing it into Saskatchewan with North Battleford. So, Gail, thanks for chatting with me today, and good luck with the events this summer.
Thank you so much. And you have a great day.
Coming up after the break, our Abby St. John will have another look at our evening weather forecast.
Taking a final look at our weather forecast, it's -24 here in Lloydminster. Pretty cold day out. We saw beautiful sunny weather, but it was quite frigid out. -24 also out in Marwayne and Vermilion, and also out in Vegreville. -20 in Cold Lake and Edmonton. -26 in Provost. -23 in Wainwright and St. Paul. -22 in Bonnyville and -19 in Lac La Biche. And in Saskatchewan, -17 in Isle of Cross. -21 in Pierceland, -18 in Green Lake, -24 in Meadow Lake, -25 in St. Walburg and Maidstone, and -27 in Macklin and in North Battleford. Overnight tonight in North Battleford, temperatures will drop down to -34 as the low. It is going to be extremely cold out tonight, but clear skies, 15km/h wind, so the wind may play a factor in the cold, but it is going to be very chilly out. In Cold Lake overnight, it will drop down to -34 as well. Clear skies, 9km/h winds, but it is going to be extremely cold out tonight. And then more extreme cold weather across the region overnight tonight. -36 in Meadow Lake, -33 in Bonnyville and in Paradise Hill, -32 out in Provost and Isle of Cross. All areas looking to be clear skies overnight tonight, but extremely cold. So definitely protect yourselves if you are going outside. More overnight temperatures, -30 in Myrna, -35 in Pierceland, -34 in Unity, -31 in Wainwright, and -26 out in Calgary. Clear skies, a little bit more cloud coverage out in Calgary, but it is still going to be extremely cold. Overnight tonight here in Lloydminster, we will also find that our low is extremely cold as well, -32, clear skies, and 15km/h winds. Into the next 7 days, and those numbers do look very nice after tomorrow. For tomorrow, a high of -20 and a low of -24. Sunny conditions, and that wind will pick up in the afternoon. So similar to what we saw today, just a little bit windier. And then on Thursday, we have a 65% chance of some snow and flurries at time. However, that high and low is not going to be that cold. A high of -4, low of -6, which is nice. On Friday, partially sunny with a high of +3. So we do get above zero, which is lovely, with a low of -5. and a high of a +3 on Saturday, and sunny conditions. It will be windy, but being above 0 is very nice after the last few weeks. Low of -3. On Sunday, we do have about a 60% chance of rain and sleet in the morning, so be cautious about that. However, it will be a high of +5, low of -4. That will be the same on Monday, but with a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 5 and a low of -4. And then it will be a high of +2 on Tuesday. Cloudy conditions with a low of -5. So we just have to get through tomorrow, and then we will be, it will be nice conditions for the rest of the week, which is lovely. Nice weekend. We really need those warmer conditions.
No, it is beautiful to see some nice temperatures on the horizon, especially after dealing with last week where it was no bright spots.
Yes.
So we have tons of bright spots on this 7-day forecast there.
Minus the snow.
Minus
it's okay.
a little bit
I'll
of
take
snow.
that. I'll
Yeah.
take that with the nice
Everybody
conditions.
here will take that. That is all the time we have today for Primetime Local News. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great night.